Carlos Sainz's move to Williams for the 2025 Formula One season has sparked considerable excitement, with many focusing on how his driving style and experience will impact the team's performance. Known for his technical feedback and adaptability, Sainz has played a key role in car development at McLaren and Ferrari. His attention to detail and ability to maximize performance from different car setups are expected to be crucial for Williams as they work to improve their competitiveness. Carlos Sainz has carved out a reputation for himself in F1 with a driving style that's all about consistency, precision, and adaptability. These traits have helped him shine no matter the team or the conditions. What sets him apart? His knack for adjusting to any car and any circuit. Whether he's behind the wheel of a top-tier machine or one that's a bit trickier to handle, Sainz has this rare ability to push every ounce of performance out of it. As Williams eyes F1 2025, his skills could be the game changer the team needs to climb back to the front. Carlos has a driving style that's totally his own, and it's something you don't see too often on the grid. His approach, focused on understeer, sets him apart from most other drivers. But it's more than just that. His style gives him a real edge in any car he's in. Take his time at McLaren, for example. That car had a natural understeer, which a lot of drivers struggled to adapt to. Daniel Ricciardo had a hard time getting comfortable, but Carlos, he was on it from the get-go. The McLaren wasn't a picky car like the Red Bull or Ferrari. It was a bit more adaptable, and Carlos made the most of that flexibility. He once said, "I prefer a car that understeers than a car that oversteers." Why? Because my driving is really aggressive when I'm out on track. I know everybody calls me the smooth operator, but I can make my car rotate like I turn the car myself with the steering wheel and the pedals. I know how to make the car turn. You give me an understeering car and don't worry, I will make it turn. That's Carlos giving us a peek into how he thinks and works through a lap, no matter the track. It's rare to find a driver who likes understeer these days, with Fernando Alonso being the only other guy on the grid who shares that preference. Most drivers, like Lewis Hamilton, prefer a little oversteer, but Carlos and Alonso? They're more about making the car feel like a boat, requiring a bit more finesse with the pedals. Sure, it's tougher on tight corners, but in high-speed sections, it's where Carlos thrives. This is exactly why he often had the edge over Charles Leclerc. Both were aggressive, but Carlos's understeering style gave him an advantage in certain conditions. Carlos Sainz is a master when it comes to managing tire wear. While some drivers are all about pushing the car to the limit every lap, Sainz knows how to keep his tires in check for the long haul. This smart approach helps him stay consistent, especially in races where tire degradation can make or break the outcome. He's got an incredible knack for getting the best performance out of his car, even in tough conditions. It's this skill that often sees him finishing in places that most would never expect, given his car's limitations. One of the standout features of Sainz's driving is his racecraft. He has this incredible knack for reading races, making quick decisions, and pulling off overtakes at just the right moments. That's a big reason he's so respected. While others might crack under pressure, Sainz stays calm and collected, always striking the perfect balance between being aggressive and playing it safe. That mindset has allowed him to rack up solid points, finishes even when his car isn't the fastest out there. For a team like Williams, often battling in the middle or lower part of the grid, his ability to stay tactical and make the most of every situation could be a game changer. James Vowles, Williams' team principal, is absolutely excited about Carlos Sainz joining the team. He's made it clear that they need a strong leader to push them forward, and he believes Sainz is exactly that. "Necesito un líder y Sainz lo es," he said, emphasizing how much potential Sainz has to help bring Williams back into the fight. The excitement is real over at Williams, and they're hoping to see the Spanish driver behind the wheel before the year's out. "We still have to reach an agreement with Ferrari, but I hope to see him in the car in Abu Dhabi," Vowles shared with Racing News 365. Making the leap from Ferrari, fighting at the front of the grid, to battling in the midfield with Williams is no small feat, but the team is pumped and ready for the challenge. With Sainz's experience and leadership, there's a real buzz that he can help turn things around and push the team forward, and it's clear that the excitement is mutual. Sainz is going to feel right at home, especially with a team that's fully behind him. Just listen to what his new teammate had to say about the decision to bring him on instead of turning to Colapinto after Sargent's departure. There was a list, and he was on it, but I need someone who's not just getting the best out of the car, but also driving the team's development and everything around it. Carlos brings that in spades. He's one of the best on the grid for that reason. In a recent interview, James Vowles, the team principal of Williams Racing, shared his thoughts on the future direction of the team, highlighting the importance of leadership and performance. He emphasized the critical role that Carlos plays in shaping the team's future. "We need two drivers to push the team forward, and this is what I truly desire, a team where we can offer the right platform to drivers like Carlos. Our journey for the next few years, possibly up to 4 years, represents a rebirth. Carlos is a key part of that vision. In essence, I need a leader and a performance-driven machine, and Carlos embodies all of that." Carlos Sainz could be exactly what Williams needs to turn things around. One of his biggest strengths is his ability to adapt to different car setups and driving styles, which would be a game changer for the team. Williams has had its fair share of struggles with car balance, especially when it comes to aerodynamics and handling. But Sainz's knack for adjusting his driving style to make the most of whatever car he's driving would give the team a real boost, helping them squeeze out every bit of performance, even if the car isn't the fastest on the grid. But that's not all. His leadership and experience are game changers. With stints at top teams like Toro Rosso, Renault, McLaren, and Ferrari, Sainz knows how to develop cars and guide teams through tough seasons. His experience would be huge for Williams as they work to improve their car development. Sainz's feedback would help pinpoint weaknesses and make smarter decisions on upgrades. Plus, his leadership could fire up the whole team, pushing engineers and everyone else to step up and deliver better results. On top of that, his experience and sharp feedback would speed up car development. With Sainz on board, Williams could make smarter decisions on upgrades, closing the gap to the midfield teams. Carlos Sainz's driving style is exactly what Williams needs to climb out of the back of the grid and get back in the mix in Formula One. With his adaptability, tire management, racecraft, and leadership, he's the perfect fit to help the team hit its long-term goals. As Williams rebuilds, Sainz's experience and technical know-how could be a game changer for their fortunes in 2025 and beyond. If he can get the most out of the car, guide the team through development, and keep delivering results, there's a real shot at seeing Williams back as a serious contender in F1. That's a wrap on Carlos Sainz's move to Williams for the 2025 season. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave your thoughts in the comments below.